Have you ever experienced nostalgia? Imagine you're on your way home. A group of students in uniform passes you by. You smell that familiar scent of books, and all of a sudden, you're dragged a flood of memories reminiscing about your adolescent years and start to feel a sting of pain, somehow wishing you could go back. This thirst to cling to what's already been gone is called nostalgia. Though nostalgia is often seen as a reluctance to live in the present, it can also be the very thing that keeps people moving forward. By holding on to those cascades of memories, people hold on to the taste of happiness and hope to recreate that feeling once again. Nostalgia was first brought up by Johannes Hofer in the 17th century to describe the distress and emotional isolation people had to endure due to separation from their homes. Nowadays, nostalgia is not uncommon either. People experience it more often than they think they do. The trigger can be as trivial as a smell, a conversation, or a déjà vu moment that reminds you of life before. For some people, going back to the past provides a haven away from painful reality. It is a soothing consolation. This is sometimes criticized as avoidance of life. But studies show that, on the contrary, nostalgia has positive effects which raise social connectedness and self-esteem. Optimism lies behind the sentimental process. Why do people constantly feel nostalgia? You may hear the classic phrase, good old days. People often say it with a sigh and a shred of regret hidden undertone. The phrase itself seems to suggest that the past always has a certain allure over the present. But is it true that the past is undoubtedly more pleasant? French writer Marcel Proust wrote in his 1913 published novel In Search of Lost Time, "Remembrance of things past is not necessarily remembrance of things as they were." This reveals how humans can be blinded by the delusion of the past. A part of you wants to go back, yet deep down, you know it's only the enchanting fragrance of that fresh morning, the sweet taste of young crush, the whisper of wind, the laughter without holding back, the tears with joy that stick to your memory. What people cannot let go of is the memory embellished by our imagination, the romanticized version of the past, and the lingering feeling of what we once experienced. In the movie Midnight in Paris, directed by Woody Allen in 2011, the main character Gil is a writer who's trying to find the reason behind the void and loss in his life. While traveling in Paris with his fiancée, he unexpectedly finds himself transported back to the 1920s, his idea of a golden age. There, he meets literary icons like Ernest Hemingway and Gertrude Stein. This is a time he wishes he could live in. However, he soon discovers that people in the 1920s romanticize an even earlier era, the 1870s, as their own golden age. This leads Gil to wonder, could it be that people are simply not satisfied with what they have and long for something they never had? Gil's nostalgia for the 1920s becomes a way to escape the confusion and dissatisfaction he feels in his current life. And by actually going back to the 1920s, Gil traces the root of his nostalgia and finds the missing piece inside. According to Christine Bachel, a psychologist who studies nostalgia, she said, it was Gil's journey through the past that helped him identify what was missing in his present, and that gave him the courage to take steps to correct it. While the world is ever-changing, people always try to find something that will last. Maybe the reason why the past is so alluring is because of the fact that it's already gone. You can freeze-frame the exact moment that carries great meaning to you and relive that moment over and over again, and eventually, it becomes more than it is. This nostalgic emotional experience can lead us to contemplate the essence of life and help us figure out who we are, what we want, where we're headed, and regain the passion for living.